Okay, as you can see here, I've got a piece of yellow part that I've just taken off the Beall Pen Wizard, and we put a spiral cut all up and down this length for this is a Sierra blank, it'll go in a Sierra pen kit. And I'm going to put this back on the lathe now and do some cleanup of these grooves and at the ends and finish it up so you can see how I'm doing that. I've got a number 2 mortise taper head mandrel already in my headstock, and I'm just going to screw this in as you see there and bring up the tailstock, tighten it down, lock it in place, move the tool rest out of the way for a moment so you get a better look. Okay, the first thing I'll do is bring the tool rest up, and we're going to clean up these edges here. I think that this will be the nib side and this will be the clip side. So we'll do a little decoration on this. Very lightly, I'm using a round nose scraper to do a cleanup on this end. Bringing it all the way down to the bushing. And then likewise on the other side. That feels pretty good. Okay, now the real trick is how do you get down in those grooves and do some sanding. And what I've got here is about a 6-inch piece of cloth-backed clings pour sanding paper. This is a 220 grit, and I'm using cloth because it's stronger, and I can also tear a strip off, just like you see right there. Got a little strip that's about a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch in diameter, pulled off of this bigger piece. And what I'm going to do with this strip is I'm going to fold it in on itself, and then kind of make a tube of it. Just make a spiral kind of wrapping with this sandpaper, so that I've got sandpaper exposed on all sides. And then very carefully, first I'm going to lock the headstock in place so this doesn't move. And then with this sandpaper wound onto itself like you see, just sand this inside surface and get it nice and clean. And I'll do this with 220 grit. I start with 220 because it's a pretty clean cut coming off the Beall Wizard. I'm using a carbide tip cutter. And we'll just clean this up as you see here. Very simple process. Try to stay within the grooves and not round over your high points if possible. Of course, rounding them over a little bit, not really a bad thing, because as you're writing with this pen, there's a sharp edge. It's probably going to dig into your finger after a while, and you might not want to write with this pen very much. So rounding it over a little bit's okay, but you still want to maintain the integrity of the design as much as possible. Okay, so once you get that sanded, as you see there, then we'll rotate about 45 degrees, maybe 90 degrees rather, about 90 degrees, then lock the lathe in place again, and then just do the same thing over again until we finish sanding all these grooves, these little spirals, the grooves in the spirals. You don't have to be real precise. It's a fairly straightforward, simple process. And when you're done, you end up with a very interesting and attractive pen.